Most of us are first exposed to negative motivation by our parents. If you don't mow the yard, I'm taking away your car keys. The result is you have to mow the yard or else. Fear-based imagery is all around us because it's the easiest way to motivate people. It's an overt form of manipulation. The motivator is always a negative result or consequence. Every time someone says that you have to do something, it results in an immediate pushback from their subconscious. If you've ever had even a shred of self-esteem, all forms of I have to talk causes your subconscious to get very creative to avoid the manipulation, even when you're the one manipulating yourself. Here's an easy exercise to illustrate the point. Have someone stand up and extend their arm. Don't tell them why. Now, suddenly push down on their arm. Reflexively, they will push back. That is exactly how their subconscious mind reacts. To the subconscious, it doesn't matter if someone outside or the person themselves are using negative, coercive motivation. It will reflexively push back with procrastination or some form of creative avoidance, including slowing down their cell's activities. Next, it's time to look at the work environment to determine how much negative imagery and motivation is in force. It's a fact of life that organizations tend to reflect the personality of the people at the top. If the top guy is coercive and has a my way or else kind of person, then that is usually how the entire chain of command tends to operate. Once you understand the productivity loss associated with this kind of motivation, it's critical that you become a barrier to insulate the sales force from all forms of coercive motivation. Once a sales coach has assessed the level of coercive restrictive imagery that is in play, it's time to plan countermeasures. Those countermeasures fall into two categories, language and structure. The objective is to create a sales environment where want to, love to, choose to, like to language is the only acceptable language. This is an environment in which leaders at all levels are good at painting the picture of what we want to accomplish, how we choose to go about achieving it, and how everyone will love the results. There are two important versions of this can-do, want-to constructive imagery language. One is corporate self-talk, and the other is personal self-talk. Both have the objective of creating a consistent conversation of forward-looking expectation. Structure refers to the rules of the road in your sales environment. In all meetings, documents, and counseling sessions, you must make constructive imagery and constructive motivation the rules of the road. Make it a rule that you and everyone on the sales team will address anyone that slides into restrictive imagery. Interrupt bullpen conversations where negative talk and restrictive imagery are taking place. A famous high school coach tells the story about a player on his team that was a terrific punter. At a crucial point in the big game, he shanked a punt off the side of his foot and it traveled about 20 yards. The coach grabbed the kid on the sidelines and said, "What's wrong with you? You shanked that punt like a little girl. I want you to sit on the bench and think about what you did wrong." Sure enough, the next time the punter was in the game, he shanked the next punt. As the coach recounts the story, he told me, that poor kid didn't stand a chance. I told him to sit and think about what he did wrong. So the next time he entered the game, the dominant image he had fresh in his mind was the one I told him to keep there, the image of a shanked punt. The coach said to me, if I were coaching that kid today, what would I do? I would walk up to him and say, "Stop that. You're better than that. You're the best punter I've ever coached." Now, here comes that key phrase every great coach knows. The next time, I want you to drop the ball just like you do in practice, and I want you to kick it over the head of their return man. When you're tempted to berate or belittle a salesperson over something they did wrong or failed to do, start your conversation with this phrase, "the next time," and then help them focus on what you both want to happen and exactly how the salesperson is going to make it happen. There is nothing closer to a magic phrase for sales coaches as "the next time."